One controversial paragraph in this book has sparked conversation that could lead to policy change. Though Paul Oliver isn't a household name, it doesn't mean he hasn't had a profound impact on Bulldog Nation. Now, it was a strange story from the start. It's not a bridal show and it's not a wedding. Find out about a new innovative take on wedding planning. We've got tricks, treats, and tips on how to keep your kids safe this Halloween. Good evening. That makes 24 cases so far this year in Madison County alone, 3 times more than normal. Are you scared to get your flu shot this season? Find out what other natural measures you can take to prevent the flu. When we spoke earlier with Keelan Johnson, he couldn't confirm a cause of death, but he did say that it's still a sensitive topic for everyone. The Not Wedding, not to be confused with the wedding magazine The Knot with a K, is actually just a big, fake wedding. Calling all music lovers, tomorrow is the night to listen to some singers. 3 different a cappella groups are all performing tomorrow, and they bring a little something different to the table. All right, and we have got the final numbers in right now, 4,090 to 3,830. How's it feel? Reporter Chris Gilmore has been digging into the issue of when a Halloween costume crosses the line. A lot of local vendors like I Do Boutique are excited to participate in this not-so-average wedding. Athens took on a festival feel by holding several different races, expos, and music shows. They even kept the original venue for the festival, Little King's Shuffle Club. For those of you who aren't scared of a needle, you should stop by your family practitioner or local allergist to get a flu shot. For those of you who are, there are different, more holistic measures you can take. Hey everybody, I'm Monica Kalousek, and as everybody in Athens knew today, it was a hot 87 degrees, really feeling like 90 because of how much humidity there was. Live in the newsroom, I'm Monica Kalousek. One controversial paragraph in this book has sparked conversation that could lead to policy change. Members are torn about whether the language in this passage overshadows the literary value of the book. Denise Faye Shannon called the police on October 7th to say that her kids had run away, and then she headed back to work. But Officer Chris Cooper of the Winder Police Department told me that the mother of the 4 runaways has now been charged with 2 counts of terroristic threats and acts. Live in Banks County, you might say boo to more than just trick-or-treaters this week. The Say Boo to Drugs Festival will be held this Tuesday at the Banks County Recreation Department. The event is held with Red Ribbon Week to promote drug prevention to children of all ages. Though Paul Oliver isn't a household name, it doesn't mean he hasn't had a profound impact on Bulldog Nation. We talked to family and friends about Paul's life as a dog.
And then he comes underneath, undercuts that thing. That's pretty good.
He did it as a charger, but he started as a dog. Interceptions were Paul Oliver's specialty on the field, but he made his biggest impact off of it.
Paul was a great teammate, you know. He was one of those guys that led by example. He was a leader, most importantly. He was a guy of not many words, but those words were, whenever he spoke, everybody listened.
Fans, teammates, and fellow athletes took to Twitter today to talk about him. Their tweets paid tribute to his on-the-field play as well as his personality. Johnson told us that Oliver had taken some time off to be a family man.
He actually took the year off last year to just spend some time with his family and his kids, you know, things like that.
You know, he's a great kid, hard worker, always seemed happy. It's really a shock.
When we spoke earlier with Keelan Johnson, he couldn't confirm a cause of death, but he did say that it's still a sensitive topic for everyone. Several other media outlets have reported it as a suicide. The point is, everyone I spoke to today has had the same thing to say about him, that he was a great guy. Twilight is holding its 34th annual bike race through the heart of downtown Athens, but this year, the race doesn't have the weekend all to itself.
Well, we've been doing Athens Americana in its previous form for 5 years, and we thought it made sense this year to really ramp up our efforts a bit.
Athens Americana Fest and Terrapin Twilight Criterium have joined together to turn downtown Athens into festival grounds. The new combination has been named Twilight Americana Fest.
It was for us to take over the outdoor stage, and at first we were just going to call that stage the Twilight Americana stage. But then it had a nice ring to it, so we decided just to call this year in particular the Twilight Americana Festival.
2013 marks the 6th year of Athens Americana Fest, but founder Justin Evans explains how this is really the first year of the festival.
I love the idea that we're having some of the bands we want to feature playing outside, like Athfest style. We've never done that before with the big stage. just blasting music throughout downtown.
Athens took on a festival feel by holding several different races, expos, and music shows. They even kept the original venue for the festival, Little King's Shuffle Club. The founders wanted to keep Athens Americana at its roots, but continue to grow and reach all audiences.
So we feel like we programmed, specifically for each room also, and put the right acts, matching the sort of the feel and the vibe of the acts, matching the feel and the vibe of the room.
Looking ahead, Justin is positive about continuing Twilight Americana Fest.
I'm assuming 5 years from now we'll be looking back at this year thinking this is kind of a small effort because we'll have this huge festival going on.
Monica Kalousek, Grady News Source. It's that time of year again.
We have a higher prevalence of flu in the winter. It's pretty much the flu season.
Flu shots are being offered left and right.
The seasonal flu is a more serious condition than most people realize.
But the thought of this may turn you away. For those of you who aren't scared of a needle, you should stop by your family practitioner or local allergist to get a flu shot. For those of you who are, there are different, more holistic measures you can take. Dr. Weiler Hecht practices naturopathy, which uses natural remedies and self-healing to stay healthy. She offers a handful of preventative supplements for the flu.
Especially in children, I like to give them elderberry, which is an extract, a black elderberry extract. It tastes really good, so they're compliant with it. Adults, it works great too. It's an antiviral.
Dr. Hecht says that flu prevention should be more of a focus.
We so often put so much focus on the virus, on the weed, and we don't really put as much focus on the soil.
Still, Dr. Hecht says it's all personal opinion.
I don't condemn it and I don't condone it. I really, really think that it should be a personal choice. I really do.
Dr. Furshine has a slightly different opinion.
Alternative or herbal remedies will not necessarily prevent the flu. And the vaccination program that we've had for decades is the only thing out there that can prevent people from getting influenza and having the complications from the flu.
Fitted with full beading at the drop waist down here. It has
You'll see a dress, a cake, a band, and even a bride. But the knot wedding is actually an event for vendors and brides alike.
The knot wedding gives an opportunity for small businesses in the wedding industry to really show off what they do live and in person to couples that are engaged.
The wedding will be held at the Foundry in downtown Athens. Though the Foundry is a popular venue, the knot wedding chose it for a different reason.
And the Foundry Park Inn, especially the Melting Point, was a big draw for the knot wedding because they like venues that aren't ballrooms and aren't wedding venues.
A lot of local vendors like I Do Boutique are excited to participate in this not-so-average wedding.
To actually participate in a wedding where the vendors, such as myself, show their product, and someone's actually, in my case, they're wearing the product and walking around. You actually get to see the dress. The other vendors get to participate and provide their wares for the brides to actually see.
Patty Oropeza is providing not one, but 2 dresses for the ceremony. She's never seen anything like this.
Never. Nothing's come close to this.